half people who like watching our videos online, they think because we have the same surname that we are married.
Yeah, that's also
Jesus Christ.
My goodness. Have you always been like that?
I am used to all my life people telling me that I'm wrong, people telling me that I'm not doing it good enough.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, no one is satisfied with anything.
No.
So everyone remembers you when you're doing well, and everyone forgets about you when you're not relevant.
Yeah.
It was clear to me that you needed to actually try things out. If you don't know what you want, and I think that's what I told you, is actually go out and try a few things out. And people are scared to do that because they may not like it, they may not get accepted. You're missing what you had in the beginning, but now you're grateful for it.
Yeah, that's when you only realize it when you lose something.
So why should you go through the pain of losing something so you wanna have it back and be grateful for it?
Hi, Marino.
Hi, Olivia.
We have a new person in the studio. Actually, Maria is not here. We can start with that. And instead, we have Marinos in studio with me.
In Ice Latte Girls.
You're officially now an Ice Latte girl.
I'm officially Ice Latte Boy.
Ice Latte boy. Yeah, for today we can make the change.
An exception.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're drinking also an Ice Latte, I assume.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers. I also drinking Ice Latte. Wait, I know exactly how you drink your coffee. Can I guess?
Go on.
You drink it an Ice Latte with soya milk.
What soy milk? With what
you
flavor?
even have... Oh, you drink it with flavor?
Oh my, of course, yes.
Caramel? Vanilla?
Caramel? No.
Vanilla?
No.
What?
With calcium, so we can have strong bones.
Oh, really? I never take that one. I didn't know they even existed. I was also drinking with soya milk.
Oh, then you need to try mine.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, for anyone who does not know, Marinos is actually my uncle. By the way, I'm Olivia speaking. For people who are maybe maybe we should even introduce. Hi.
Hi, I'm Marinos. I am Olivia's uncle. And what other credentials do you want me to say about myself?
No, you're Marinos Constantinides.
Yes. You need to introduce me.
Yeah, I'm going to introduce you.
Okay, let me see if you're going to do a good introduction.
This is very stressful. Okay.
I'm going to judge you on that.
Oh, scary.
And everyone listening is going to judge you.
Oh, no. Here we start. I need to have a sip of coffee for this. Okay, so Marinos, not only is he a business owner of Constantinides Bakery, which has 2 locations at this moment in Latcha, and which is the OG one, and also in downtown Nicosia in the Macarillo. They're very newly opened. Can you count it as a new one, even though it's been up for 2 years?
It's not even 2 years. It's like 1.5.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. And he's also an entrepreneur. That I think is like your number one. I would identify you with entrepreneur. Also, what you want to identify yourself with, I assume.
So, what is an entrepreneur for you?
Someone who can make an idea into reality and who keeps on moving. Someone who has who will never stand still. Who will do multiple things at the same time.
True.
Is that correct? What is an entrepreneur for you?
I've Googled it and I've searched for it for so many times, and there is not like a specific definition.
Yeah.
It depends who defines it. But I would sum it up like you said. Like like a business owner is someone who is gonna get this coffee for €1 and sell it for 2. Whereas an entrepreneur is gonna get this coffee and make a coffee cream and make a latte and make I don't know what else we can make from coffee and sell it for €4 or €5.
And who would like expand it. I also see it like thinking outside of the box also.
Yeah, because like business people, they get an idea and they execute it in a very traditional way, in my opinion, whereas an entrepreneur will get an idea, try to differentiate it, add value to it, try to market it in a different way, try to see what works, what doesn't work. I mean, an entrepreneur is a businessman. Yeah. But I think a businessman cannot be an entrepreneur, in my opinion, because I can see loads of business people that they're doing business in a very traditional way. As I said, they buy one thing for €1 and they sell it for a markup or a margin, however you finance it. And that's it. Whereas an entrepreneur, they have multiple projects, they have multiple ideas, they keep expanding, they keep researching, they are unease spirits, you know, they are never satisfied, but in a good way. Okay. So they can provide more value and more products and more services and keep on going on.
Do you feel like you can study to become an entrepreneur, or is it something that you're born with, or can it be created?
Very difficult question.
Can you become an entrepreneur?
I think you can become an entrepreneur up to an extent if you have a role model. Like if you see someone that you aspire to and you like the way their lifestyle and their energy is, then yes, you can model it, then you can copy it up to a certain extent and kind of have some similar results. But in my gut feeling, it's you are born up to a bigger extent towards entrepreneurship, but you can study it. I was going to do a master's about entrepreneurship just to verify all the energy and ideas that I have inside of my head and maybe structure it, because another problem with some entrepreneurs that I study or come across to or talk to is that we've got so many ideas, we have so many projects going on, and at some point it's kind of overwhelming, and your brain keeps firing all these energetic ideas and concepts into your brain space, and it's like fucking you up. And it's like you don't. It can
be overwhelming also.
It's very, very overwhelming. Very overwhelming. So I was gonna study that. I didn't study that, and I think I did a good thing because I jumped into the family business and with loads of financial trouble back at the day. And I figured it out by myself, which I think that's the best university and the best way to learn. It's actually by doing it.
Yeah.
You can study to have a doctorate, like have a PhD for entrepreneurship, but still, if you don't practice it, if you don't go through enough, trial, error, failures. In your case,
like life is the education, experiences is also education. Because I remember you, for example, you're a big part of my life where was saying that, you don't need to go to university unless you're going to become like a doctor, a lawyer, like all this, like where you really need to. And for me, for example, you have been my role model in that sense in many ways. And
you turned out so well. Now you're a nice Latin girl.
No, I'm
on a influencer.
Oh, cute. Did you want to add something up on it also? Because I also want to, before we dive into like the whole business aspect and like the bakery, because there's a big history in that. I also want to add, for people who do not know, that you're also a TikTok star.
Star, of course. Yeah, it's me next to the moon.
Do you identify yourself as a TikTok star?
By far, no.
Because speaking of like being an entrepreneur, I think what you've been doing is like extremely genius, because people will see you on TikTok, Marinos Con on TikTok, for people who were like want to follow you and see you. You make like, describe a little bit what you do, because you do these funny videos, but there's a back end on it.
Basically, I don't identify myself as a comedian or a prankster or whatever. Of course, I like...
oh my God, I really want you to say the story that you told me yesterday.
Of course. Which one of all? Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday, 2 days ago. You told me in the bakery with your brother and with Ramon, we were standing there.
Yeah, about the event.
That's really funny. Oh, you also say lol, by the way.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't identify myself as any of these of things, because I like good energy, I like good vibes, I like having fun with my friends and with the people around. I mean, I like a positive environment around me, even though that's hard to find these days. Yeah, for some reason. That's another podcast, I think, or maybe we can
I think it's like a whole episode about that.
Yeah, I think it's a whole podcast concept about that. But anyway, maybe we can touch upon that later on.
We can do that.
Yeah. But so I like good energy. So during COVID, when TikTok was at its first stages, I was listening to loads of podcasts. And one of my role models is Gary Vee. So when I was running, I was jogging and exercising nighttime, I was listening to Gary Vee, and he was going on about creating content and TikTok. And I was like, what the fuck is TikTok? Yeah. And but at very early stages, right? So I was like, creating content. I'm like, what does he mean creating content? Like I didn't know what creating content meant.
And also back then he was even promoting a different aspect of like post a lot. Yes. That was also something new.
He was like, whoa, you wanna have more followers, and you wanna have more reach for your business, and you don't post at least three videos a day.
Then what are you doing?
You're not gonna make it. Yeah. I'm like, 3 videos a day.
That's exactly what you need to hear also.
Because I didn't have any experience with content creation and media and social media, whatever. I was posting on my Instagram maybe once every 3 months. You know, And I wasn't familiar with the concept of posting or what 3 posts per day meant. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, if he says so, I should do.
Yeah. And then what was the step you took then?
So I started filming 3-4 videos a day.
Yeah.
But it went directly into my schedule. Like I didn't say, 3 videos a day. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna find the idea? I never focused on the problem or how I'm gonna do it. I just did it.
And also your time is extremely limited. That you're one of the most busiest people I know in terms of like time.
Yeah.
And when I saw that you were like filming like so many videos in one day, like that's literally an example that like if you want to, you can, you know.
But the thing is that you don't have to film 3 videos a day.
No.
One day you can film 1 video, and the other day you can film 9 videos. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
And keep in mind that most of the videos are being filmed in the bakery.
Exactly. While you're wearing your shirt sometimes because on this bakery on the
Yes. And while we're filming in the bakery, in the front store, customers walk in. So you can't be doing pranks and stupid videos and silly videos or throwing coffee all around Maria or
but
whoever.
sometimes I also enjoyed it. Like I remember them walking inside and like smiling.
I'm not an actor.
No, but
so obviously I feel uncomfortable doing that in front of people.
The owner of the bakery.
Yes. So we start one video, for example, at 5 p.m. and we may finish that video at 9 p.m. because customers keep walking in or we don't like a scene or we're you know. And parenthesis, you mentioned about a story. We had a TikTok event like in Prodaras.
That was 4 years ago.
4 years ago, whatever. And that's the example that I don't identify myself as a comedian or something similar to that.
Yeah.
I think you were there too.
I was there.
So
we went there together.
We walked in the small square that the event was supposed to happen. And there were like a bunch of kids there. And as soon as they saw me, they were like, oh, Marino. And they got their videos on. They're like, say something funny. I'm like, what do you mean? Do something funny. I'm like, what do you mean? Isn't that what you do? I'm like,
cute kids.
No. And they're like, okay, can we make some dance TikTok videos? And I think then they went to you or someone else.
Yeah.
But that was a very awkward moment.
Of course, because they don't really understand that, you know, you take the inspiration, you do it in your safe environment, you film it like behind the screen. They just see the results and they just assume that you're like, this walking comedian.
It takes a lot of research actually to find the ideas. I mean, yes, some videos are my original ideas, but I don't have the brain space or the brain capacity to invent all the ideas by myself. So I get inspired by other TikTok creators that, okay, before you start saying, oh, copied idea, well, they copied the idea as well from someone else. Come on.
People don't understand.
Oh, Clemeno, like stolen. What do you mean stolen? I mean, I've seen this video from 10 different creators and you're saying to me that it's, of course, I'm executing it my way.
Yeah.
What about you? Why don't you do it?
Inspired by, you know.
Jesus, sometimes.
My goodness.
Yeah. So, just to go back to the point is that I had to fit everything in my schedule because I didn't know what content creation meant.
Yeah.
So I started filming videos. I started seeing examples of what I did wrong, of what actually got views. To be honest with you, I care about the views. I never see the likes ever. I never see, I mean, I see down maybe when I'm free during the nighttime and I read some of the comments. Some of them I reply back. I don't spend energy or I'm extremely indifferent towards comments, positive or negative comments. And I think that's what kept me going, that I didn't care about the likes.
Have you always been like that?
About what?
Like that you don't care about people commenting? Because
I am used to all my life people telling me that I'm wrong, people telling me that I'm not doing it good enough. But at the end of the day, no one is satisfied with anything.
No.
So, I mean, I don't like running after chickens.
I also want to add on because maybe people don't know, but you also go way back into the media in terms of, can I say it, like fame?
Lol, yes.
Like you were, or Marinos was in a like, can I say like it was like the resemblance of MTV show, but of Cyprus, Alive? And you were one of the main presenters because you were there for many years. How many years were you?
7.
And how often was it recording, like playing? It was live, right?
Yeah, it was live, daily, Monday to Friday.
For how long?
For the summer months. So I think we started like late May and we finished like late September. if I remember
and
correctly.
for 7 years, you said?
For 7 years,
That's insane. So, because I remember you back then, like whenever, because we have 7 years difference. You're older. Just put that in there. And I remember when I was coming to Cyprus and there was this like flock of girls always like whenever we were going somewhere to, for example, the mall or somewhere, you were the celebrity.
Yeah.
And
whatever. Yeah.
Do you feel awkward talking about it?
Kind of, yeah.
Why?
Because I even though I was doing the show, I never saw myself as a TV presenter or star or it's because I'm gonna explain to you why. Again, it has to do with humans. Like I was working for all my life, almost all my life in nightclubs.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
So the first year of the summer show of the TV show that I was on. So yes, people recognized me.
Yeah.
It was a very awkward. I was 17.
You were
Olivia.
very young.
I was 17 years old.
Teenager.
17. No social media back then.
No.
So all the attention was on us.
Yeah.
So like a month after down the show, people started looking at me in the street.
Yeah.
But it was very awkward. It was very awkward.
Like, and were you looking back at them? Were you saying, or were you just like ignoring?
I was very shy to look back.
Okay.
I was like, why are they looking at me?
Okay. Yeah.
So like 3 months later, when, I was on the show for a long time, etc., etc., I was working in a club, so I was getting lots of attention.
Yeah.
And then I was getting my high horse,
Okay, so it did get to you also.
Of course, because
you're young.
It doesn't matter, but I think anyone can have that. Even so many people on TikTok that they get 50,000 followers and they think they're someone. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Because 50,000 followers, compared to what? To 100 million followers?
Yeah, by comparison to like Cyprus, for example, it is a big audience. And, and also you being on TV. There were...
Wait. So my point is that, yes, I was on my high horse on the 3rd month, but guess what? The show did a winter break, so we didn't film after September.
No.
So the same people that were like, oh, you are on a live TV show, blah, 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 and 3 months later, they weren't even saying hello to me.
Because
I wasn't on the spotlight anymore.
Oh my God, that's very weird, to be honest.
Yes. And guess what?
Whoa.
Next year, we started filming again.
And then again, they were like...
And then they were like, because I was working in the same club.
Yeah.
So I remember faces and I remember the same people. Again, when the show started and you were on the spotlight, everyone remembered you.
Yeah.
And then guess what?
Again, same cycle.
The same cycle.
But even when it was going on for so many years, like...
But then it made me realize that no one gives a shit like about the attention that you get, because it doesn't provide any value for them. Like it will only provide value for them, I think, because you're in the spotlight and they may get some spotlight from you. That's how I saw it.
Okay.
And then after you go through it a lot, like for a long period of time, then it gets to you and you're like, okay, it's nothing,
Yeah.
And it's kind of hurtful in the beginning.
What do you mean?
It's hurtful because the same people that were like, oh, hi, how are you? We saw you on the show. 3 months later, they forgot about you. And you are the one who going saying, hey, how are you?
Yeah. So you feel like you're not relevant anymore.
Yes. And then they're like, oh yeah, I'm good. You. And then the next summer they're like, oh, you're back on the show, etc. And I saw this cycle. I'm like, there are so many people that are so fake.
Yeah. That's true.
So I don't like playing.
That they only want you because you're doing well, for example, and they want to be close to you because you're...
Everyone remembers you. Everyone remembers you when you're doing well, and everyone forgets about you when you're not relevant.
Yeah.
If you want to play with that, and if you want to put value on this, then I think...
Then I think it goes very well into the next thing I want to ask you, because you're saying that you were like going through this, like not feeling relevant anymore. It sounds bad because it sounds like you wanted to feel relevant.
No,
but
it's not that I didn't feel relevant. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was not relevant.
No, but I can imagine as a person that you get this attention and then it's gone and then you get it's confusing. And then my next part of it I wanted to go into is that I remember you for as long as I can, that you have always been so into self-help, personal development books.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you before we go into it, what is your form? Do you prefer to listen to podcasts or read books that are self-help?
Look, like a few years ago, we didn't have podcasts.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
Right?
Good point.
Now, with
obviously
the technology advancement, I prefer listening to podcasts because you can do it anywhere, whereas I'm a slow reader.
Yeah.
And I was really struggling reading books. But I did it anyway. I don't know how many books I've read.
You also have like a big section of books in your
I've
room.
been to many personal development seminars. I've paid a lot of money for online courses. I've invested a lot in myself. And it's something that I kept doing for as long as I remember as well.
Yeah, same. I also remember you always doing, sorry, I'm interrupting you again. What kind of like tip for someone who wants to go into that? What is the step you believe the person should do? Like, for example, you said that you started with going to seminars, you reading books. Like, what do you think are like, of course, there's no right or wrong step to do it. But what do you think is like, if somebody is interested to dive into it, what are the steps?
Into personal development.
Yeah. Sorry, into personal development.
I think that for every person is different. One person may want to go into personal. What is personal development?
Yeah, you can better explain that
What
first.
is self-help? I really don't like self-help.
No.
Like, why do I need help? Like, but it's at the end of the day, it's personal improvement, I will call it. Is that because you need to improve, you want to improve many areas of your life. So personal development is not about a generic aspect. There is personal development about your psychology, about your nutrition, about your mental state, about any aspect of your life.
Yeah.
So if you're the kind of person who wants to grow financially, then I would start researching about financial gurus and find those financial gurus, find their podcasts, find their books, Google top 10 financial books.
Yeah, now with Google, everything is so accessible, easy also.
And in 0.52 seconds, you're going to have 10 results.
Yeah.
Then start with those. If you don't like the sound of the guru that you don't know, you just found out, then change it. Go to somewhere else. If you want generic personal development, then go to the best ones. Go to Tony Robbins, go to Gary Vee, go to
their
Jay
actual
Shetty,
like seminars that they have.
or to their podcasts, and then lead up to the seminars. So I would start by figuring out what I really want.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know what you want, then start with the generic ones. That the one is going to tell you how to improve your life, how what is life, the philosophies of life, and anything. And people were like, "Oh, I'm bored about this." Well, yeah, if you're bored about this, then you're not going to grow into your fullest potential. And it's not a cliche.
No, but
grow to your fullest potential.
But that's also something that you helped me a lot with. For example, how many times do you remember those sections when I was coming into the office crying?
I heard sex shops.
You hear what you want to hear. People will listen and be like, how can her uncle say things like that? It's just so weird. Anyway, do you remember those sections? Sections when I was coming into office, like really devastated. One of the many, not knowing what I'm going to do with my life, and one thing to led to another. Like, how was your view of that? Do you remember? Because I have already shared my story in a previous episode.
Okay.
And I want to hear your point of view.
So you shared about the experience you had with me. So I know the content. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, basically, you suffered what many people, like most of people, suffer on a daily basis and multiple stages of their life.
Yeah.
They don't know what they want.
Exactly.
And everyone is like focusing on the problem. And everyone is like, I don't know what I want. And they stay there. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Well, if you give your brain the instruction, I don't know what I want,
then of course you will not know what you want.
Of course you will get stuck there.
Yeah.
So when you are coming to the office, I mean, multiple times, okay, obviously because we're close, I couldn't see a clear way to help you out. Of course I was talking, like comforting you, etc. But at one point, it was clear to me that you needed to actually try things out. If you don't know what you want, and I think that's what I told you, is actually go out and try a few things out. And people are scared to do that because they may not like it, they may not get accepted, they may not be worthy enough. So yes, like in order for you to find out what you want, and I said that to multiple people. I mean, you listened and here's your results now. I mean, I think you're living a the lifestyle that you've always wanted.
Yeah, I listened though after many times, after many conversations. It was just not like one
because
conversation.
it's not easy.
No, it's not at all.
It's not easy because screw the comfort zone, etc.
Yeah.
Okay, like if you want to have bigger results or you want to find out what you want in life, if you don't go and try out 10 different things, how on earth are you gonna find out what you like? But you haven't tried the 10 things.
Yeah.
Then how do you know that you like them or you don't like them? And most people are scared to do this. I don't know where to do it. I mean, I told you, go work in.
Yeah, that's what you told me. Go and find a job, like a normal job. What is that you like to work in?
Exactly.
And I started to work in the Mall of Cyprus.
I asked you, what do you like? You told me, I like beauty, I like fashion, I like makeup. And I told you, okay, go to the mall and start finding jobs. And you went and worked at some few places.
You even told me to go and with my CV to go in there. That was also out of my comfort zone. Hi, are you looking for
exactly?
Yeah.
But you started from somewhere and then you developed.
Yeah.
You may not be the makeup artist like you were 5 years ago because you're at a different stage of your life, but you went through that process and you got the experiences. So this is what most people don't understand.
Yeah, it's a process.
Like myself, do you know how many products I produce or I invent or I try to invent at least in order to have one successful product? You know how much money I'm spending? You know how much energy for the protein ball that we have in the bakery?
And how many? I remember that.
Like 62 times. I was one day on a Friday night, 1 a.m. in production. After I finished the gym, I went back in production with my small little notes and I started making protein balls again. And I thought I was going to work out and it didn't work out because it was very hard and oils were coming out. And I literally started, I have a picture, I think somewhere, that I was crying.
Wow. I didn't know that part.
I just remembered it.
Oh, wow.
I was crying because it wasn't working out. 62 times for a protein ball. It was before Pinterest and Google and everything.
It was a long time ago that you started.
I had to invent it by myself. Yeah, you know, but I don't know like how many people will go through that process.
And on the 63rd time, you succeeded.
Yeah, so no, 67th.
Okay, so if you would, for example, stop at the 61st time, then you would not have the protein balls that you have now in the bakery.
Exactly.
They're so delicious and good and yummy.
Yeah. I know.
That's insane to think of. But then the question comes like, what kept you motivated? Like, how come you did not quit at the 60th time or even 20th time, which is a lot of people would do?
I think that has to do mostly with the way I was brought up by my family. And especially, of course, Grandma Lugia, my mother, that she's always a supportive person and a positive person. And I know that most people don't have this support network around them. And of course,
that's a luxury, of course.
Of course, you're gonna ask me, okay, then what do you do? Then what you do is literally either close both of your ears and stick in your head. And what I would say is that hang out with the mentors, the online mentors and the gurus. Like put headphones on, put your headphones and don't listen to anyone and just
do your thing
and
focus.
Just immerse yourself into positive feedback and instructions and strategies from the people that can actually provide for you. And if you don't have them close to you in your immediate circle, then listen to podcasts.
Have them in your ears.
Yes, have them in your ears. Otherwise, you won't make it. You won't survive. You need positive people and you need people who support you next to you because anyone and everyone can find a problem with something and everyone can tell you what's wrong about you or what's wrong with what you're doing and that and it's far-fetched.
But not people will find the solutions and
nothing was built. Nothing. I think nothing great was built by the first time or with doubt or with people having negative people next to them. Nothing.
No, that's why you have to really surround yourself with people who uplift you.
Yeah.
Honestly. Then another question, because obviously I know that Gary Vee is one of your like mentors from distance, let's say, and Tony Robbins too. Do you have another one like that you listen to or like any new one or who is it that you have in your ears?
I really like Jay Shetty.
Okay.
Shetty.
Yeah.
Shetty.
Or like he even has like a British accent.
Yes, he does.
Jay Shetty. Yeah. Yeah, he's really good. He has really good podcast episodes.
Over the years, I've stumbled across many people that I'm very bad with names, but maybe I can send you the links and you can.
Yeah, we can put them on Instagram of Icelandic Girls for people to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And but it doesn't matter. Like I know, for example, Gary V is a bit aggressive.
It can be too intense to someone.
And they may put them off. Or Tony Robbins may be too hard on as well, direct. But you need to find your own person. There are so many podcasts right now, and whatever you choose and whatever you do, it's not wrong. It's okay, because you will gain some information from those people. I mean, I listen to some Gary Vee podcasts and then I change them because that topic is not for me.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.
What is the number one, because I'm coming back to books now, is the book that you remember that you read it and you made the biggest changes in your life, in your business or something that was like breakthrough book for you?
I think The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is the one that did it for me. Because the concepts that Stephen Covey talks and goes through in the book, like for example, the step 1, begin with the end in mind. He had to make an exercise that most people were like, oh, what the fuck is this?
What kind of exercise?
Is beginning with the end in mind. So sit down. So sit down and write your own eulogy. For example, picture your own funeral.
Oh, that's
what people would say about you. See the people who are there. See their faces. See their emotion. See other people giving your eulogy. And I got into that exercises a lot.
Crazy. You haven't told me this.
Didn't I?
No.
But I gave you the book.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, of course I did.
No, you did.
7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
No.
Yeah. No. I did.
When?
And I think you even read some of it.
I did?
Yes.
This must be a very long time ago.
That was 6-7 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay. My memory bank is gone.
I remember because you brought the cover back a bit torn up.
Oh, no. That was How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yeah, shit.
That's the only book I actually really read out completely.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Okay, but then I can read this one now because you said it.
Yes. So anyway, I got really into the exercise and it really got me like reached depths inside of me like nothing else did, because you could see you there. I mean, I'm sorry, it's very depressing, but if you go through this,
it's an interesting take of it.
Yeah, it's a very interesting one, because then you cannot realize that everything will end.
And also I can imagine you also become very like grateful, like appreciation there starts there, because you notice, oh, I actually do have people around me. I actually had, like, you also want to do more nice things in life when you start from the end of it.
Exactly, because you realize that everything will end at some point. And if you put yourself there and see that you are going to end at some point, whatever, I mean, with modern medicine and, treatments and everything, yes, you can gain a few more years, but as history has it, we have an expiry date. And I don't want to be pessimistic. That's a driving force for me that I have the now. So I can do things now. And as you said, gratitude is a huge part of my blueprint. Let's just say as a human being, I wake up every day and I count the things that I'm grateful for. Yeah, I don't say that a lot to people because it's not their own care.
Yeah, and I know that you do that. Yeah.
But if people ask, I'm gonna say that.
What are you grateful for? Apart from me.
Look, it's not that. It's not about what I'm grateful for. It's what we have that we normally oversee. So, for example, if you have a house and a shelter over your head, you know how lucky you are?
Yeah. You're extremely lucky because there's not a lot of people.
But how many people will tell you that I'm grateful for the house I live in?
Not a lot of people at all.
Exactly. Yeah, try not having a house. How many people are like
food on the table?
Exactly. Like I have, for example, my family, my mother. Yeah. I have my car. I have food in my fridge. You know, most importantly, I have all
your fingers, your
legs. Fingers, my legs. Like
I can keep you walking.
Okay. Yeah. How many times do we break a finger, or we are sick, or we have a pain somewhere, or we do a surgery, and then we're like, oh my God, I really missed the time that I was functioning. Oh, my leg was okay. And then when you're in pain, you're missing what you had in the beginning, but now you're grateful for it.
Yeah, that's when you only realize it when you lose something.
So why should you go through the pain of losing something? So you wanna have it back and be grateful for it.
Yes, that's a really twist on it. That's a twist.
Yeah, I mean, why aren't you grateful for the things that you have now? Other people,
good question.
And other people don't have the luxuries that you have, which may even be clean water.
Yeah.
Do you realize that?
Yeah, I mean, we are extremely lucky that we were born in the place we were born. First of all, it starts even from there.
It's a shame though that people will listen to this podcast and watch this podcast and they will say, "Oh, cliche."
Yeah, like obviously, of course we have it, but it's not the guarantee.
Okay, go like in Africa and see and tell that to the kids that they die out of hunger and water every day, and then come talk to me.
Yeah.
Okay, or go live with them for a week, have their lifestyle, but don't drink water, and then come and talk to me again. Then you'll see.
Yeah, something as clean water that we also take for granted. Like, the fact that you can step into a shower and choose so many shampoos and conditioner, like things like that, is insane that we don't take the time and just think, oh wow, I have already a lot. Why do I even want to have more? So that's my something people don't know that both of us are also
super fucking clumsy.
Very clumsy. How many times do you hit yourself, or stumble?
I don't know. I didn't even count because it's so often.
Yeah, you don't even calculate it because it happens so often.
Yeah,
I know. You and I know we can talk about for a long time about all kind of topics because that's also what we can do. But I want you to describe a little bit. No, I think we should both describe how do we see our relationship.
Oh my God.
I mean, this is an Ice Latte Girls podcast, and I'm part of the Ice Latte Girl.
Let's just start with the fact that half people like watching our videos online, they think because we have the same surname that we are married.
Yeah, that's also
Jesus Christ.
My goodness, how many times have we been asked like if we boyfriend and girlfriend, or like
so many
incest,
times
that they also start saying
so many times. It's amazing. So let's start with the fact that we're not in any shape or form.
No, ew.
Couple. You wish.
No, ew.
You wish. First of all, you wish. Trust me, you wish.
Ew, I do not wish. That's so weird to say. Ugh.
So we're not a couple.
No.
You are not my mother because you look older than me. And so that leaves us into family, which is you are my brother's daughter, which you started annoying me from a very young age, because most people don't know about you is that when you are a child, you are a very big brat.
Well, excuse me, I was the first child of my parents and the first granddaughter of
my mother
and of the whole clan.
Of my mother. She was buying you like. I think she went to the company called Barbie and she bought all Barbies and she was giving them to you.
Yeah, that
and
was
you
so
are
cute.
so spoiled.
I was very spoiled. I'm not saying against it, but the way you're saying it sounds like you're a little bit jealous, Marino.
I was neglected and it was always my fault because of you.
No,
I was sitting on the left side of the back seat of the car, and then Olivia started crying because she wanted to sit there.
But I was a kid. You cannot blame me for that.
I have 7 years difference. You are 1, I was 8.
So
I was a kid too.
That's so cute.
You forget about that.
Do you want to talk about it later then we can sort it out? Do you have some like...
No, I want your audience of Ice Latte Girl
to understand what a spoiled brat I was when I was a kid.
Yes, exactly.
Honestly, it's not the kid's fault. It is your mom's fault and my mom's fault then.
I think, yeah.
So you cannot put the... But then what is your first memory of me? Do you have one? Do you remember?
Fuck.
Because I'm also trying to think of what is my first memory of you.
I remember your mother in the hospital. I think it was, I think we were just born, I think. Because it was very new for me as well. Yeah,
you were just so young, 7 years old.
But apart from that, I think that the car seat. We're gonna sit at the back.
What a lovely memory, Marino.
I think it was Olivia whining about me sitting on the left side of the car. I think,
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I think it motivated me enough to try to become as successful as possible, so I can buy my own car, so I can have my own seat.
Are you saying now that I was the reason for your success?
No.
Oh, that's so cute. I will take up on that.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. I was thinking that
how do you see our relationship?
Yeah, but you didn't even say how you see. You're just saying that you think I'm a spoiled brat. That's not right.
I said how you were. I didn't say.
I was always looking up to you like crazy. Like you were like my fascination in life. Like Marinos, because you were so busy. You were doing, of course you were in the TV show, which everyone I knew was watching. I was sitting in front of the TV watching Alive there with big eyes and seeing like you on the big fat TV we had in the living room, just seeing you talking there. I even called the call line so I could, so you could answer, so I could be like speaking to Marinos. Like I don't think I could understand that you were my uncle. Like I don't know where I placed you in our relationship. I mean, relationship as family. I mean, so it doesn't get misjudged. So so that's how it was then. And then coming back to now, I honestly admire your drive. I admire your like you have been such a big part of my life. Like you're the reason. I think you're the main reason why I feel confident in many space areas in my life. Like, for example, whenever you were listening to like podcasts in the car and I was sitting next to you, I was also listening to the personal development, Gary V. I was introduced very early to these books, to the seminars. So I think now our relationship, like I just respect you like crazy. Like, I want to believe that I'm your second number one fan.
Aww.
Like, Grandma is, of course, your number one fan. I'm the second one. I'm not going to take her place.
I'm your number one fan. Even though, I don't give credits and I don't give compliments a lot. And I think the reason behind that is that I was not given compliments. I was given support.
Yeah.
And it goes with one of the sayings that, work in silence and let the success do the noise.
Yeah. That's what has been your motto.
I think so. Yes, that's why I don't give too many compliments, because at some point people can misunderstand you and be like, why are you complimenting me? Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah.
And the other take is that when people listen to compliments, oh, you're so pretty, or you're doing so well, it kind of loses its meaning. So I think that's one of the reasons why I'm a bit reserved with that, but I will show it in a different kind of way. I will try to be there whenever needed, and you value and see people and you respect people even more when you start realizing if they were next to you at the hard moment. Because as I told you, like the first summer, everyone was clapping.
Yeah, exactly.
And then everyone forgot. So because I went through all these things, I'm not gonna clap when everyone else is clapping.
Like, you are extremely, like, you are supportive as fuck.
Yes, I mean, that's what I'm good at.
Yeah, and also whenever someone like around you has something they're dealing with, or dilemma or problem, they will call you,
Exactly. So, I mean, that's how I see our relationship. Like, whenever you needed me, even though you didn't know that you needed me, I tried being there. Sometimes I did a good job. Sometimes I did a good job. But mostly our relationship is more, because we're so close to the age. I think that we're more friends than the typical uncle. And, oh, how are you, Olivia,
like,
today? You did your homework?
Yeah. No.
We don't
I
have this
see
kind
you
of
also
relationship.
like a big brother, but not the protective brother type.
Exactly. And I think that has to do with the fact that you have Swedish roots as well, and you're not a traditional Cyprus raised by both parents. So because you had this, there's nothing wrong with Cypriot.
No, of course, but it's different culture.
It's different culture. You grew in Sweden, then you came to Cyprus and went back to Sweden, and you are traveling back and forth.
And you also traveling from so young yourself to come and pick me up in Sweden.
Yeah.
So you were already independent yourself. You also had you were spending a lot of time with my mother, who's fully Swedish when you were young. So you also got that from her too. Like, you're not also fully Cypriot. Without putting a negative word on how Cypriots are, it's just that you were more open-minded.
But come on, it's not a secret that Sweden.
Yeah, it's a big difference, of course.
It's a big difference in the ideologies, the philosophy, everything. Not compared to Cyprus, compared to all of the world
and all the Mediterranean.
Obviously, I wouldn't want to live in Sweden because of your weather, but
But if the weather was good, then I would be living there for sure.
Yeah, it would be amazing.
So I want to do like some before we finish up this podcast, because I know you're in the middle of renovation. Even though this episode will be uploaded, I think when the bakery in Lacha will be already renovated. I think like 2 or 3 weeks or so. So I'm going to ask them some questions that I want, like, it's not questions, but it's going to be like, what do you think of me? And I'm going to say, what do you think of you? Okay.
Shit.
Yeah. So it's basically like,
we're out of time. Okay, let's go.
No. Not that easy. It's like a test to see how well do you know me? How well do I know you?
I suck at this question.
I know, that's why it's going to be so much fun. Maybe I will win. Okay, let's start with something easy. What's your favorite product of the bakery? So I'm going to guess yours and you're gonna guess mine.
Okay, yours I know.
Of the bakery, Constantinides Bakery.
Okay, yours is mixed berries tart.
Oh shit, yeah. Okay, obviously.
Okay, what's mine?
Yours is, I think it's more like traditional, like a pastry. Oh, caldo bureko.
Fuck.
It is, right? Oh, wow. 1 point to us. Okay. This one. What spices do we love to use in the kitchen?
Yes. Curry.
Yes, true.
My God. As spicy curry as possible.
You have things like salt only. You don't use anything else.
Nothing.
Nothing. Do you even use salt, by the way?
Sometimes.
Sometimes
I forget.
We're very different.
Sometimes halfway through dinner, I'm like, it's a bit tasteless.
Sometimes you would like spice it up and add a little bit of oregano. Yeah. Okay. This one I put a little bit in my own benefit because I think I know yours answer. So good luck. What name do you want to name your future kid? So that you're gonna guess mine. I'm gonna guess yours. I think you want to name yours like Maximilian. Or has it changed?
I think now I just want to go Lucy.
Oh, you're gonna name it?
Of course, you're gonna name it after.
Okay, but if it's a boy,
Lucas.
Okay, obviously.
Hello.
Too easy. You have to guess mine now.
Yours will be. I don't know.
I actually mentioned this many times, and you should know. To be honest,
Harry Potter.
No, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
No, but it's a good one. No, I would actually name it Melody.
Melody.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It is actually Ariel's daughter's name.
Okay.
Little Mermaid. Okay. What is your biggest dream or goal? I will guess yours. You will guess mine.
Okay.
I will guess yours. I think yours, not the biggest one. Let's say just like a goal to open up a bakery in London.
Yeah.
It's one of the goals, right?
Yeah, of course.
What's mine? One of mine.
To be financially free so you can live anywhere and travel everywhere.
On point.
Yes.
Points first. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Or you're going to guess mine, I will guess yours.
Mine would be frozen yogurt with banana.
Okay, so you basically gave me your answer. Yours will be frozen yogurt with banana. Okay, frozen yogurt with banana? I would never guess that.
Yeah. With banana, strawberry, and pineapple.
Okay. Wow, was that always like that?
Yes, I think I'm going to get it tonight.
Okay. For people who don't know, me and Marinos, we have we watch a lot of movies together in series and eat a lot of snacks. That's also how I would describe our
That's how we get our six-pack.
Oh my goodness. And then the last question. This is actually, I don't know at all. That's also why I want to ask it. Are there any hobbies that you want to take up? Wait. You need to guess for me and I need to guess for you.
Well,
so since I don't know,
you're like tripping me here because you're asking the question and then you're looking at me and I'm like, okay, shall I answer now?
Do you want me to look at the curtain?
Yes. Yours would be,
or something you could imagine. Let's change the question. Like, is there any hobby you could imagine me to start doing? I think that's a little bit easier.
Boxing.
Yeah, to take off my anger. And what
I think you could do boxing.
Honestly, too. Yeah. You also. I would go take it right back to you. Boxing or karate.
But I did karate and boxing.
You didn't like it?
I would prefer something more outdoors, I think.
Then what would you?
I would go with calisthenics. That's why I did the surgery in my shoulder like a few months ago.
What would you do?
The surgery.
Yeah, no, but you said calisthenics.
Calisthenics, yeah. Because
what's that?
It's like you work out with your body weight on rings and bars.
Oh, I didn't know the name of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do as a hobby?
I'd like to do that because you use the body strength and it's all up in your brain and how I love it. And I like the body that comes with it.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that. I cannot remember everything you say, Marino. We speak like when we speak, it's a lot, and suddenly I don't know. You cannot put this on me.
All right.
And I think this is I was going to ask you how you drink your coffee, but I already know when we said in the beginning. So that's the end of it.
Okay.
And thank you so much, Marino, for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
Wait. Two things, because we ending the episode with the quote of the week and recommendation of the week.
Okay.
So I want you to give a quote because I know your brain is full of a quote library.
Okay.
So what is the quote of the week?
I mean, I will go with the classic one that I have that I follow every morning. It's like trade your expectations for appreciations.
Oh, that's a good one. You
need to let that sink in a bit.
And I want to add that I actually sat on the toilet in the bakery downtown, and it's there. You have it in the women's toilet. I took a picture of it before coming here because I was like, this is a good one, Marino. Okay. And your recommendation, it can be anything. Honestly, anything.
The recommendation is that as soon as you finish listening to this podcast, you need to go and find the best podcasts and start working on yourself and start achieving whatever you want to do in your life. Like now.
Right away. There's no excuse anymore.
No tomorrow.
Yeah. Like now this moment.
Yeah.
It's a good one, Marino.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you being here. And I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening. And give us a review on Spotify if you listen to Spotify.
Only 5 stars, otherwise don't give a review.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be good reviews. And on Apple Podcasts the same. And leave us a comment on YouTube for you who are watching. And send us a DM. And I'm going to put the Marinos handles on Instagram. And you can follow him there on Instagram, TikTok. And also healthierbakery.com, where you can order meals to your door if you are like on the meal plans. We didn't even
I
mention.
always forget promoting my business.
Yeah, I know. You don't. You don't at all. And it's really, really clever, to be honest. I wish you could do that for a fully vegan meal plan to send it to me in Spain. Thank you.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.